Welcome to WagerTalk Today, the gold standard of sports betting shows where we talk the talk and walk the walk. Got off to a late start. Not gonna lie, guys, I am a hot mess this morning. It's been quite the morning. It's one of those mornings where everything I have touched, I've like spilled things, dropped things. Dan, get in here. Somebody save me from myself. I can't believe I'm not bleeding. I can't believe I'm still talking. It's been quite the morning, but it's $5 Tuesday. It's Dinger Tuesday. It's one of the best days of the week.
It's all the above. So Andy, we will get your Monday like Tuesday off to a great start because we're gonna get back to the well here. We lost last night on our Bowen Byram over shots on goal, despite the fact that he was point blank, missed the cage two times, basically back to back. So now we're 18-9 on the free client play that we give you right here to start the show. This is one that Andy and I both co-signed and have bet ourselves. So we're going to give you that in just a few. What else is coming on the show? Ross is here. He was in the building last night. Our Buffalo Sabres man was at that game. It was a terrific Game 7. Goes to overtime. I know that he's not liking the result, but I'm sure he had a great time out there. We'll talk to Ross. He's going to break down the Eastern Conference Finals, and then we'll also talk a little Conference Finals. His Sabres will not be participating, but we'll get his thoughts maybe on some of these matchups and what he sees coming on the ice as we move forward. The Fade God is here. No, we're not fading him. He's telling us who to fade. He has two pitchers you shouldn't be putting your money on today. Who are they? You're going to find out. Jesse Schule is here. We'll also talk Blue Jays, Yankees with him. And Andy, people want a countdown before the show goes. This is several different comments about the countdown that people want. So maybe we'll work something up for you. But
why?
That's what I don't understand. What's the?
It can count down to zero, and then it's just going to stop when we're late. Like it's not going to make us.
Yeah. Can we leave the comments below and let us know what is the love for the countdown? What do you want the count? It just makes it feel more epic. You know what I mean? Like, don't worry. It is epic, Andy, because today is $5 Tuesday. You know.
Are you not entertained? They love it when I turn off the bass. Are you not entertained?
Where's my countdown, Andy?
Love $5.
Where's my countdown?
Yes. Let's get the play of the day. Let's get some momentum going here. Let's
do it, brother.
I don't know. By the way, your boy went head to head versus the Syndicates yesterday and made mincemeat of them on that play. But to me, this one, this one sticks into the maybe this is a little bit too obvious. But Dodgers on the run line, first 5 innings, only at -120 is going to be the play of the day. They get Canning for the Padre, who's been awful. Like these stats, the last 2 games, they sound made up. The last 2 games, 6 innings, 12 hits, and 12 earned runs. That is epically bad. And the Dodgers no-showed on offense yesterday. What a great bounce-back spot for them. They were due for a letdown game. They got it out of the way. This is a beautiful matchup. Sheehan has had some rough outings, but the last 2 have been decent. 10.2 innings, 8 hits, 3 earned runs. The money line is -175. Don't be surprised if the Dodgers hang 4 or 5 in the first 5 innings. Even the Dodgers on the run line, first 5 against them Padres.
Yeah, I love this one, Andy, especially too, because remember yesterday I was talking about how great this Dodgers offense has been, and then you pointed out, yeah, Dan, they were great against the Angels, right? So I think this was also a step up in competition after being able to just coast and everything was working for them. So I think it was a bit of a wake-up call losing that game 1-0 yesterday against the Padres. I'm right here with you. Dodgers bounce back, and they bounce back early. Lay it. A half run here in the first 5 innings. That's our best bet. Let us know what yours is in the comments below. And Andy, even if your morning isn't going great, it can't be as rough as it was waking up this morning for our man Ross, the boss Benjamin. But Ross, we were talking before the show, man. Even though it didn't end how you wanted, you got to be out there. You got a Game 7 in Buffalo. bright days are ahead for this squad, and you still had a hell of a time out there.
Oh, yeah, it was great. I mean, it's one of those, like you said off air, Dan, a bucket list game. Game 7 goes overtime. It'll be talked about for a long time, in years to come. But unfortunately, the Sabres came up short, but couldn't be prouder of the team. Nobody saw it coming what happened this year in Buffalo. And, it's just unfortunate, disappointed in the result, but not angry. If that makes sense at all.
Yeah, you were saying, this was they exceeded expectations, and you got a pretty bright future. So, I think you guys are in good shape. So, when we root for teams, just be entertaining, be exciting, give us something, and they gave you a lot this year. So that was a fun season for you,
especially in light of the fact, Andy, that like we've discussed many times, they hadn't made the playoffs for 15 years, and they get off to an 11-14-2 start this year. They're last in the Eastern Conference, and to turn it around like they did and make somewhat of a deep run in the playoffs here, you'd have to deem that as a successful year.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to talk NHL Conference Finals, but first I want to get your take on the NBA Eastern Conference game 1 tonight between the Knickerbockers and the Cavs. The Knicks are coming in absolutely on fire, but I watched every minute of that Western Conference game, and oh my God, whoever comes out of this series has got a juggernaut to take on. But let's talk about game 1. Knicks at home -7 over under 217.5. How do you see this one?
Yeah, look, the Knicks have been strong at home all year, 34-11 straight up, 30-15 against the spread on their home floor at 67%, 4-1 at home during the playoffs, with their only loss coming by 1 to Atlanta in game 2 of that series. But also keep in mind, the Knicks have won 7 straight after that 1-point loss to the Atlanta Hawks in game 2. And they've covered 6 of those 7 in a point per game differential during those 7 wins, plus 26.4. They're blowing teams out. The Knicks also will be playing on 9 days rest. Now, you can make a case there might be some rust there, and you can make a case, Cleveland, even though they're playing on 1 day's rest, they're still going to be sharper than the Knicks. I don't think so. I think this back-to-back 7-game series for Cleveland takes an emotional toll and a physical toll on the team. And especially in game 1 of a series and of the following series, after you get through a game 7 and you win on the road, and then you have to go back on the road against a rested team with 1 day rest, that's a tough ask for the Cavaliers. And look, the bottom line is game 1 of the last series, after coming off a 7-game series against Toronto, they lost 111-101, failed to cover as a 3.5-point dog. And Cleveland also a combined 0-4 straight up in ATS in their first 2 road games of each of the last 2 series. So it's not like they get off to good road starts in series as well. I just think this situation and how well the Knicks are playing, and the fact that Cleveland comes in maybe a little bit emotionally and physically drained, at least for game 1. I like the Knicks in this spot, -7 over Cleveland.
Laying it with the Knicks, the well-rested Knicks. And Ross, if you could real quick for us, just hit a quick refresh here, because we lost your video. We heard you fine there. Great breakdown there, laying on the 6. But Ross, just refresh real quick. We want to see that beautiful Ross Benjamin face breaking down these games, right? So, Andy, while we wait for Ross to hop right back in here, thoughts on last night's game? We talked about how this Western Conference final might as well be the stand-in for the real finals. Double overtime. Wembanyama looking like the greatest player on earth. This is going to be a hell of a fun series, man. And I don't see this one going any less than 6.
Yeah. Okay. So I watched every second of that game, and there's a few things that are going on here. First off, I'll tell you, I love the Thunder big in game 2. Victor Wembanyama played 49 minutes. They got their split in OKC. De'Aaron Fox did not play last night. I feel that might be a really good game to just not play De'Aaron Fox, maybe limit the minutes here. And the Thunder, they experimented with a lot of different rotations, and they got a lot of good information. The first thing they got is Isaiah Hartenstein may be a 10-minute guy. Like, he was worthless when he was out there, like absolutely worthless. Wembanyama ate him up, and he's a no-show on offense. Lou Dort, we had a play on Lou Dort to hit over 1.5 made threes. He was ice cold, and when he's not hitting threes, he's worthless. He only played 22 minutes. What the Spurs were doing is they were daring OKC to hit threes. I mean, wide open threes. They shot 45 3-pointers and hit 17 of them. And Alex Caruso was 8 of 14. This is a dangerous, dangerous sign for the Oklahoma City Thunder if you're depending on Alex Caruso to go for 39 points, because Holmgren was a no-show. Wemby prevents Shai Gilgeous-Alexander from doing what he does best, which is get in the paint and get those mid-range jumpers. Shai was 7 of 23 from the field. He took 7 3-pointers. That means he's settling for 3-pointers. That's a big problem. Jalen Williams at least look healthy. That's a good sign from him. But then you're getting nothing from Cason Wallace on offense. Jared McCain probably needs to get more minutes, and AJ Mitchell just needs to shoot the freaking ball. 34 minutes and 4 points. I think the Thunder take care of business in game 2. Don't be surprised if this comes back 3-1 in favor of the Spurs. The Spurs are a nightmare matchup. They're able to stop what OKC does well, and I did not see any confidence in the Thunder's rotations. The Spurs know who they are. Only 2 players on the bench played more than 10 minutes. So they know exactly who they're playing, and I thought Oklahoma City struggled with the rotation, and that could be a problem once they get back to San Antonio. I like the Thunder big in game 2 just because of how many minutes Wemby played and the injury to Fox. So, all right, we got Ross back. There he is.
Yeah, we got to see that beautiful face, Ross. Come on. Man. You know, I didn't want you frozen up there. No, all good, bro.
You know what they say about technical difficulties? When you reach my age, they're more technical than they are difficult. So anyway,
no.
I just came up with that one, Andy. I don't know if that even makes sense.
No, it was good.
I liked it.
It was good.
I like it.
All right, let's talk hockey. Let's talk the series that's coming up. It's a big one. How do you break the series down?
Well, again, you're talking about similar to what we discussed in the NBA. Montreal coming off back-to-back 7-game series. A little more, I don't carry as much weight on that in the NHL playoffs like I do in the NBA playoffs. However, it's something that must be looked at. The good thing for Montreal is the Buffalo series was nowhere near as physical as the Tampa series. So as far as them, the physical toll it took on them, a lot less than what they went through in the series against Tampa Bay. Right now, Carolina, minus 270 to 275 to win the series. You can get Montreal at anywhere from plus 210 to plus 235. Montreal 6-2 on the road in the playoffs, guys. And that includes 5-1 in their last 6. They won 3 out of 4 in the Buffalo series, which was on the road, that is, and that was crucial to them winning that series. In both of those game 7s they played, they were thoroughly outshot, 68-34. But Jacob Dobish came up big in game 7s in both series, stopping 65-68. A 956 save percentage. So something to keep in mind in this series is Dobish is totally capable, even at his young age, of stealing games that maybe Montreal didn't deserve to win. Last night might be an example of exactly that. And Carolina comes in on 12 days rest. But here's the thing. They're 8-0, Andy and Dan, but the level of competition they faced, Ottawa and Philadelphia, is going to be much different than what they're facing with Montreal. That's a Montreal team, like I alluded to play Tampa Bay and Buffalo, 2 better opponents than what Carolina faced. And Frederick Anderson has been terrific in these playoffs, 950 save percentage for Carolina, 2 shutouts, and the Hurricanes 7-1 to the under during the playoffs. So something to keep in mind there. Montreal's power play much better than Carolina's power play in the postseason. But Carolina's penalty killing is 40 out of 42. They've killed 40 of 42 man advantage situations against them. That's 95%. Montreal, not quite as good, only at 74.1% on the penalty kill. So, Andy, I know I gave you a lot of information or anything you want to add or ask.
Do you take much into account from the regular season matchups? Like how did they match up in the regular season, and does it matter when it comes to playoffs?
It doesn't matter as much, again, in the NHL as it might in the NBA. In my opinion, just from my experience alone, I don't have the exact data to back that up, but it certainly needs to be considered because Montreal won all 3 regular season matchups against Carolina, and that's despite being outshot by a combined 103 to 60 shots on goal advantage. So Carolina, although they owned the territorial advantage against Montreal in those 3 games, they weren't able to win any of them. And what's ironic, too, and something to keep in mind when you're betting this series, is Carolina, even though they went 0-3 against Montreal, they led after the first period in all 3 of those losses. And Montreal scored them in periods 2 and 3 by a combined 10-2. So, again, you have to think that Montreal is not going to be intimidated by Carolina. They're not going to be in awe, despite how well they're the number 1 seed in the East and how well they've done in the first 2 series. So I think the safest bet for me in this series is I don't see either team winning this game in 4 or 5 games. I'm going to go over the series to go over 5.5 games at odds of -145. That's what I'm getting at DraftKings right now. So that would be my biggest lean on the series because there's no way I'm going to lay that big a price on Carolina to win the series. And I just don't have the confidence Montreal could pull this off even in 7 games after going through 2 back-to-back 7-game series.
Yeah, Hurricanes are going to be a popular pick.
Yeah.
I'm wanting to use their series price in a parlay, and I'm just like, is that too obvious? Is everybody and their mother on there, and then it's Game 7, and you got to sweat out a Game 7 because that's what the Canadians do.
It won't be as easy as people think, though, Andy. Look, if Montreal could skate, they could skate very well, and they showed they could hold their own against Carolina in the regular season. And they talk about playoff experience heavily favoring Carolina, but Montreal's was the youngest team going into the postseason. But you know what? Back-to-back 7-game series in which you won, that's some pretty good playoff experience, So
yeah, absolutely. Well, Ross, great breakdowns here. Sorry about the Sabres, but the good news is it's $5 Tuesday. I know you got something rocking. What do you have up for us?
Yeah, but baseball $5 Tuesday play up very shortly, and you can get that at my personal link, wt.buzz/RB. And yesterday I cashed in with my 4% best bet in baseball on the Tampa Bay Rays at plus money, plus 106 in the first 5 innings on the run line. So, and Tampa Bay led that game after 5 innings, 12-2. So we cashed in that easily. Major League Baseball up over 50 units since last year. Number 1 in the regular season last year. All sports continue to be number 1 from yours truly since May 13th of last year, up over 170 units in net profit. So a $5 Tuesday, you should always take advantage of that, folks. A lot of great handicappers at WagerTalk.com, including myself. And don't forget my 365-day all-access pass for $11.88, $811 off the normal price. And that amounts to $99 a month or $3.25 per day, folks, on average. And I just gave you the reasons why you should consider that because I'm up over 170 units over the last 370 days. So there you have it.
Nice. Ross, my only MLB play yesterday happened to be the Rays on the run
Nice.
line in the first 5.
Yeah, brilliant minds think alike, Andy.
Absolutely. Always good to know I'm on the right side of you in MLB, Ross. So thank you very much. Good luck on $5 Tuesday, and we'll talk to you next week, sir.
All right, love you guys.
Thanks, Ross. Appreciate you, brother. And Andy, real quick before we let folks know what we got rocking, WT.buzz/AL for $5 Tuesday. You mentioned it there. We went head-to-head with the syndicates. You said, I'm not buying it. They want to take the other side. Be my guest. Well, Andy told you if you comment below after the video with who you were riding with, are you fading the syndicates, or are you riding with Andy? And Chance yesterday was our guy who commented. He was one of many who rocked with Andy. So then we put them in a little randomizer. Someone wins a free 3-day flex pass, and Chance is the one who was our winner. I think a new winner too. So guys, pays to comment. So, whenever we're throwing out the gauntlet there for you folks, comment below, include your WagerTalk username. You can be like Chance. He's going to have a free 3-day flex pass added to his WagerTalk account right after this show is done, if it's not there already. Andy, with that free 3-day flex pass, he should go to Andy's page and use his access, because we got 3 plays up for $5 Tuesday. What are we rocking with?
Yeah, rocking with an NBA play, MLB play, and WNBA. NBA speaks for itself, 16-9 in these 4% plays, 23 units of profit. Happy with that. MLB easy cash yesterday. The only client play was the Rays. We talked about that on yesterday's show. But WNBA, we talked about how WNBA could be really good or really bad to start the season because the books don't know what to do. It's been fantastic for us. We're 5-1 to start the season, already up 14 units. The reads are absolutely dialed in. It's a player prop that's available in all your books. So I absolutely love it. The leans have been good. The free plays have been good. Everything's been really good in WNBA. So we feel good about WNBA. So we're going to keep pushing forward with that. So we got 3 of them up. Love the slate today. And those are all $5 over at WT.buzz/AL. Let's cash a few of these, and then we can talk a little bit more about some long-term stuff. Had someone reach out to us, to me on Discord, about doing some long-term strategies, and it was great. It was a great conversation. I love working with people and their bankrolls, and kind of building it up. So very, very cool. I also have to bring up something here, Dan. To finish off that Spurs and Thunder thought. Be careful about penning in the Western Conference to win the title. Look at these.
They're beating the shit out of each other.
They are beating the shit out of each other. And how many times do we see the team that wins the championship is the healthy one? That was a grueling physical game. These minutes, 44 for Champagne, 49 for Wemby, 51 for Vassell. That's 2 games worth of minutes, and they play tomorrow. Castle went for 49. Harper started with for 47. Fox is banged up. Thunder can't use Hartenstein, so Chet's going to be playing a bunch of minutes. Shea played over 51 minutes. If this does get stretched out, and let's just say the Cavs do what the Cavs do, and Harden does what Harden does, and they just kind of lay an egg, and the New York Knicks win a couple blowouts, and they win 4-1 or 4-2. And that Knicks team is rested, and then you get one of these Western Conference teams that are all beat up. Just be careful. This is something that I'm going to be monitoring about the wear and tear going on the Western Conference. Right? I was thinking that last time, like, good God, double OT in the first game.
Yeah,
it's a lot. That's a lot.
And that's what I'm glad you bring that up too, because sure, the quality of the games that is going to happen in the Western Conference Final, just as fan perspective, sure, that could be your finals. But as you said, Andy, if the Knicks do what they did to the Philadelphia 76ers and they just get to cruise, man, that is a very well-rested team who, when they're hot, man, they are hot, and they don't live and die by the 3 as much as a Celtics team would have been if that's who got out of the East. So I think that's a great point you make. Comment below and let us know. You think the East Conference is live? I guess we'll see how we feel after tonight, Andy. But I think a great point that you make up. And speaking, you talked about long-term strategies. How about the man who came on this show and told us way back when, bet the Spurs to win the Western Conference at 8-1. Jesse Schule is in the house here, brother. And that ticket, you got to be feeling pretty good about right about now, Jesse, right? One game, but still, that's got some equity.
One game lead is nothing to write home about, but yeah, they certainly look like they're worth more than plus 800.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing is when you're talking about future bets like that, Yanni says it all the time. Like, you're not looking to really find the team who wins. You're trying to find the most equity. If they end up going up in this series, you got a hell of a hedge opportunity with an 8-1 ticket. So love that you gave it right here on Wager Talk today. More reasons than ever, folks, to subscribe to the channel.
I'll tell you right now, Dan, I won't be hedging. I'll be doubling down.
Well, yeah, that's Jesse for you. He says hedging is for gardeners, folks. You all can hedge your 8-1s. I'm a double down kind of man, and that's why we love you here, Jesse. Man, for all the talk on what's happened on the hardwood, Diamond has been great for you as well on this show. And if you even think about what you did last year, people couldn't touch you in MLB. So let's talk a couple games on the Diamond. You have 2 pitchers that you want to fade, but first, let's talk. Game 1 was a pretty damn good matchup, man. 7-6 Yankees and the Toronto Blue Jays. You're looking to break that one down here today, Jesse, as we're seeing the Yankees, what we'll call them about like 135 favorites. 137 is kind of what we're seeing total in this one, anywhere from 8.5. There are some 9s juiced towards the under. Yankees and Toronto, Warren and Cease. How are you looking to break down this one, Jess?
Yeah, I mean, I think at first glance, people are going to look at this price and say, man, I can get the Yankees at an affordable price against the Blue Jays, who are having a really bad year after making the World Series, taking the Dodgers to a Game 7. But when you look at the history between these two teams, 5-5 straight up in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. However, Toronto is actually 8-2 against the spread in those games. They lost Game 1 by a score of 7-6. That means they covered the run line. And I think they've got the advantage when it comes to the starting pitching here today. Dylan Cease, 3-1, 2.41 ERA, 1.18 whip, 2-0 with a 2.82 ERA in 4 road starts. His last start versus the Yankees, he allowed one run, 1 hit, struck out 9 in 6.2 innings at New York last season. And then you got Will Warren going for the Yankees, and his overall numbers look real good. 5-1, 3.42 ERA, 1.16 whip. However, if you look at his recent form, 2-1 with a 5.06 ERA in his last 3 starts. So he's only faced the Blue Jays once in his career. He allowed 8 runs on 10 hits, 4 walks, 4 innings pitched, and a no decision. Now, that is a small sample size, so while I mention it, I'm not going to go to town on that or, put too much weight in it, but it's worth noting. I will say that George Springer was 2 for 5 with a home run in Game 1 last night. George Springer is 3 for 5 lifetime against Warren. Supposed to be very hitter-friendly conditions in the Bronx here. I like George Springer. He's finally healthy for the Jays. I like him to go over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs in this game. We got a real hot day in New York with the wind blowing out. And I like the Jays plus 1.5 on the run line. I know it's a little juicy. I just think a team that's covered 80% of the last 10 games on the run line with a superior pitcher on the mound, I think that's a high percentage play for me. So Blue Jays run line and Springer over hits, runs, RBIs.
Andy and I love our run line trends. That is for sure. And Jesse is looking to cash another one here with the Toronto Blue Jays. Let us know in the comments if you agree. All right, Jesse, 2 pitchers you should not be betting on today. Not only should you not be betting on them, damn it, you should fade them. Who are we fading today? And one of them I'm not as excited about, Jesse. But what are our double fades here today, brother?
All right. We'll start with Landon Roop. He's 5-4 with a 3.49 ERA and a 1.14 whip, which sounds good, right? It's not that bad, but how about 0-3 in his last 3 starts? He's allowed 9 runs on 17 hits, 7 walks in 13 2/3 innings. He's got no record, no decisions, a 4.66 ERA in 3 starts against Arizona. Arizona put a dozen on the board in Game 1. And Nolan Arenado hit a grand slam last night. I had a bet on Arenado to go over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. He's 2 for 3 lifetime versus Roop, and he's batting .339 at home this season. Arenado is batting .316 over the last 30 days. I like Arenado to back it up and go over that 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs at home again tonight. And then when we look at the Cincinnati game and Philly, I know you're a big Philly fan, Dan, but we got 95-degree temperatures, the wind blowing out in Philly here, and Jesus Luzardo 1-3 with an 8.31 ERA and 5 home starts, 1-2 with a 4.85 ERA and 3 career starts versus the Reds. And I'm going to look at the rookie Sal Stewart, 2 for 4 with a home run in game 1. And he's batting .249 with 11 home runs and 32 RBIs on the season. We'll go Sal Stewart over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, -120. I think there's going to be some runs scored in Philly today.
I love it, Jesse. And also some player props there for you, Jesse. We love seeing it here on the show, especially on what is our Dinger Tuesday. So it sounds like Arenado, while your bet is obviously, there's hits, runs, the home run prop may be worth a little sprinkle for you on Dinger Tuesday. Jesse, what do you got rocking? It is $5 Tuesday. In addition to being Dinger Tuesday, what are folks going to find over at your page, wt.buzz/JS, my friend?
So my $5 Tuesday play will be on game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. And I'm hitting 72% with my NBA sides over the last 365 days. It's pretty tough to hit 72% with anything over 365 days. And NBA sides, I think, are considered one of the hardest lines to beat. So that's a record to be proud of. There's no question about that.
Love it, Jesse. Well, best of luck tonight, my friend. Keep it going. Keep those fades coming. And even when you're fading my fills, I like the breakdown. Brother. We'll talk to you next week, Jesse. Best of luck until then, brother. 8-1 you gave out on them Spurs, man. 8-1. We love to see it, Andy. You're still muted, though, my friend.
It's so terrifying. Just watch Wemby and go, my God, this guy's 22 years old. Oh, my God.
Yeah, dude. I mean, the way that game ended, how Holmgren got the swat at the end, like, you knew that wasn't going to be the last of it. And Wemby got the last laugh. I think the white flag was kind of waved once that second overtime came, just kind of fell apart there for the Thunder. But yeah, watching Wemby as a guy who doesn't have a horse in the race, you just love those freaks of nature because yes, he's only 22, but he's tall, he's lanky. You don't know how much tread he'll continue to have on the tires. So enjoy players like this while they're playing, man, because he is a freak of nature who can stretch the floor too. In addition to what he does underneath the basket, it's a beautiful thing.
Well, it's not just him. Look at Castle and Harper. Harper's a rookie, and yes. the one there's two things there's two traits that they all three have that makes it even more terrifying. Yes, they're athletic. Yes, first they're all competitive as hell, and they have no fear. Harper starts against the Thunder and looks great. Castle goes to the rim with no fear, and Wemby's not. So you got three studs who are amazing at basketball, and they're super competitive, and they have no fear. It's a terrifying thing. So they looked incredible last night. Don't want to overreact, but that was a.
Let me see if I can pull this up real quick, Andy, because I saw a tweet last night. Yeah, here it is. Give me 1 second. Boom. Yeah, I saw this. Let me see if I can zoom in here for you. The Hobbits cheering for Gandalf after he sets off another round of fireworks.
There's an angle behind him that's just like it's like, oh my God, this guy's gonna dominate.
It's so good.
Yeah,
it's so good. For us sports bettors who are also nerds, Andy. Those are those are the kind of tweets I live for.
My favorite thing about Wemby, though, is one of his best friends is Michael Douglas.
Oh, yeah. It's so random. Literally so random.
Random friendship ever. Michael Douglas and Wemby just chilling. So, all right, you want to do Dinger Tuesday?
Let's do our dingers here. It's Tuesday. Show me your dinger.
All right, show us your dinger in the comments section after the show. You get one right. 3-day pass. 3-day pass. If you can pick a dinger, if you can show us your dinger, and if it's successful. So, all right, I'll let you go first. You said you really love yours, and the backstory.
I bet mine, Andy, and I bet mine every single week because for those of you who do not know, this reason why we do Dinger Tuesday is because one of these books does a promotion where you can 50% boost or get your bet back. However, you're limited for $10. So my $10 sprinkle that is much lower than my usual unit size. We're looking at here. Let me see if I can size this a little better. I got Jo Adell of the Angels here tonight. This one's plus 350, but if you use the boost, you can get up to 525. Again, only a $10 bet. But this dude, let's be real. The last time that we cashed in, the only dinger that we won here, Andy, was when people called me a homer for taking essentially this same price with Bryce Harper against this Lopez guy. And here's the thought for me is with Adell, this is a guy who is just an absolute lefty killer. This is already a pitcher that I like fading. If you look at his entire career, 1 home run for every 16 times he's stepped to the plate against lefties. 1 in 16 for a home run bet. Hey, I'll take that. Lopez loves this 4-seam fastball that seems to hang a little bit too much. Adell gets his 7th home run of the night tonight. My Dinger Tuesday, Jo Adell of the Angels, a little late night special. Where are you going, Andy? Show me your dinger.
All right. Well, my dinger leads me to Mile High. I'm always going to be looking to see if I can grab a dinger in Colorado. Who doesn't love to grab a dinger in Colorado here? So mine is boosted to plus 595. Mickey Moniak of the Colorado Rockies. He has 12 this year, so we know he can hit home runs. And he's facing Rocker, who can get rocked. He's given up 4 this year. 3 of those have been on the road, and 2 home runs have been given up in his last 3 games. So he's trending in the wrong direction. Moniak has 12 this year. There's a little bit of chance of rain tonight, but I think they'll probably get the game in. So I think weather's going to be good. Ball's flying out of the park. So I'll go with Mickey Moniak at plus 595. For my
Mickey, whether you call it Maniac or Mickey Moniak, former Phillies great. All the Phillies fans know him. I of course tongue in cheek there, but I like it, Andy. Let's go with Mickey. So we got Mickey and Joe. Those are our dingers. We showed you ours. Now, as Fatone said, or Fat One said, show us yours. Comments below. Who are you betting to have a home run tonight? And yes, we know they're awful bets. Let's just say that, Andy. Home run bets are dumb, but they're fun.
There's a reason we only do them on Dinger Tuesday because the odds are bad. But the 50% boost does make it at least a little bit more palatable. So I looked up several videos on how to pronounce Mickey's last name, and there are multiple pronunciations. I could not get the most prevalent ones seem to be Maniac. How did you hear it pronounced in Philly?
Well, also, let's be real. We have these Philly mushmouths. So they always add on S's to the end of people's names, like Chase Daniel. The whole time here, he was Chase Daniels. So Mickey Moniak was what they all said here. Moniak was the Delco slang. So you guys go down to the ballpark, see Mickey? You see Mickey Moniak?
It is funny that there are different parts of the country where they just add letters. Like you get up into Massachusetts, there's just random R's.
Yeah.
My wife when I was
New
up
York
there,
too.
Yeah, Teresa.
Yeah,
it's Teresa.
Yeah.
Where's the R? Where's the R come from? And what is a
like? Those are
machine?
the ones, Andy. Like I get having like local dialects, all that good stuff. You know what I mean? It just happens. You know what I mean? Like you go anywhere and somebody thinks you have an accent, right? But like you have to be actively trying to add ERs onto an A word. You know what I mean? Like that has to be a conscious decision in your brain to add an ER onto Teresa.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's funny. So, all right, let's do all around the world, and then Dan and myself and Jan will be recording the golf show called The Cut Line. We're going to break down the CJ Cup for this week. But I I like Dylan Cease in this Yankees Blue Jay game over 16.5 outs. This may be an absolute sucker bet because the wind's blowing out a little bit. It's at Yankee Stadium, and it's like, oh God, is this game going to be 11-8? But this guy's been a beast, man. His last 4 games, he's gone 17 outs and then 21, 21, and 21. The only recent game I can find at Yankee Stadium for him was last year, but he did go 20 outs in there. So I know it's a tough one, but boy, this number feels low. Boy, if he's pitching good, they're going to leave him in there. So, and then we'll go to the WNBA. This is just the tempo are not that good. Both these teams are 2-2. Strength of schedule heavily favors the Mercury. The Mercury are actually a pretty good team. Tempo's not. The -7.5 seems to be pretty good. Don't be surprised if this is a blowout. So this is not our $5 Tuesday play. Our $5 WNBA play is a player prop in this game. But you can probably guess which team I like a player prop on in the game, the Mercury at the tempo. So, all right, that is it. Got a great night of basketball tonight. Get the Eastern Conference Finals started off. Good luck living up to that game last night. I'm gonna guess the ratings maybe not as good for Knicks Cavs, but at least I'll be in bed by a decent hour. When it kept going to overtime, it was just like,
I know.
Get up in the morning. Come on, guys, wrap it up. So WT.buzz/AL. And again, put your Dinger Tuesday in the comments section. If you can get one right, we'll give away a 3-day pass. Thank you so much. Don't forget to hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, what are you doing? Please, we're so close to 250,000. Give your spiel, Dan, because this drives you nuts.
Well, I mean, it's simple. You know what I mean? Like, you watch this show, and Andy, I get to see the back end of the analytics here. You know what I mean? So I know that almost 48% of the people who are engaging with our content have not subscribed to the channel. So please, if you like what we do, we're giving you free plays, we're giving you breakdowns, we give you promos, we give away free 3-day flex passes. We are less than 1,400 away from having 250,000 subscribers. When I started here at WagerTalk, we had under 100,000. So this is a big thing for us and a way for you guys to say thank you. Tell your friends to subscribe. Please hit that subscribe button. I know it's annoying to hear all the time, but it really does help us as a channel. It helps us as a company. So if you like what we do, hit that subscribe button and be a part that gets us that final push over 250,000 subscribers.
And then we're going to complain if you're not subscribed while we try and get to 500,000. Just know that.
Thank you. Spot on.
All right. Have a great night. Good luck on $5 Tuesday. Get as many $5 plays as you feel comfortable with. Bet responsibly. We don't too much of our bankroll on a random Tuesday, but let's cash big and we'll do it same time, same place tomorrow. Good luck on your bets. Take care.